On behalf of all the members of the Skidaway Island chapter of the Coastal Conservation Association, welcome to the landings.
Our island home is dotted with 151 lagoons, about half freshwater and half saltwater, that add to the natural beauty of our landscape, but also serve as important aquatic habitat for a wide range of native species and, notably, an extraordinary array of bird life, from ospreys and eagle to a range of herons and egrets.
Volunteers from our local chapter annually monitor lagoon water quality and salinity, seeing selected lagoons to determine the health and growth of various fish species, and, over the years, have stocked more than 250,000 fish in our waters while adding structures that enhance underwater habitat.
Over the years, the Skidaway chapter of the CCA has worked closely with the Landings Association to help ensure that our lagoons continue as healthy and diverse wildlife and fisheries habitats, while also providing great fishing for Landings residents and their guests. Your local chapter is also active in promoting youth fishing and outdoor education. Our Castaway Club combines nature seminars at our Outdoor Education Center along with family fishing fun.
Our kids' fishing lagoon is chock-a-block full of stock bluegills and hosts our annual Kids Fishing Derby. So let's get started with a quick rundown about what you need to get started fishing in our saltwater lagoons.
There are lagoons throughout the Landings property, so good fishing is never that far away. That's why we call it fishing a la carte.
When you head out, keep in mind that fishing access is from shorelines on common property. Fishing is not allowed from shorelines that abut our golf course. Also, keep an eye out. There well may be alligators in both freshwater and saltwater lagoons. That's one big reason why wading, swimming, rafting, or boating is prohibited in all of our lagoons.
Before you head out, it's a good idea to check our state's saltwater fishing rules and regulations, which can be found in our 2020 Lagoon Guide or online at gooutdoorsgeorgia.com. Saltwater anglers will also need an SIP, that's Saltwater Information Program permit, which is free of charge. So what species of fish are in our saltwater and brackish lagoons? Many anglers here like to target our redfish, or red drum. Under current regulations, fish longer than 23 inches or less than 14 inches must be released. Other fish you may hook up with are spotted sea trout, where the minimum current length is 14 inches. There are ladyfish, croaker, some weak fish, and spot, as well as flounder, black drum, and even the occasional tarpon.
Saltwater fish tend to have teeth, so bring a net and some long-nosed pliers. Speaking of equipment, your best bet will be to buy an inshore saltwater combo, a typically 6 1/2 to 7 foot rod with an open-face spinning wheel, spooled with 10 to 12 pound test. In addition to Bass Pro, an excellent selection is available at River Supply in Thunderbolt.
So where and when is fishing the best? As a general rule, you want to fish a lagoon on an incoming tide. Google tides for Skidaway Island for information. Also, keep an eye on the culvert pipe at the end of a saltwater lagoon. As the tide rises, waters will rush through the pipe into the lagoon, bringing bait species with it.
You can bet that fish will position to intercept the bait that's being sucked into the lagoon by the tide. Look, especially, for any cover where a fish might hide that's close to the moving water. Think like a fish. Where would you set up an ambush?
Whether you choose to use bait or artificial lures, one of the best ways to rig up is by tying on a popping cork. Tie the end of the cork with the plastic beads to your main fishing line. Tie 2 to 3 feet of leader, 20 to 25 pound fluorocarbon is great, to the other end of the cork that has the brass beads.
If you're using bait, tie a number 2 saltwater circle hook onto the end of the leader. Circle hooks help prevent deep swallowing of the bait and gut hooking of fish. Bait is available from Bandy's Bait Shop located at Butterbean Beach, the marina just to the left after crossing the bridge coming out of the landings.
Live shrimp work especially well, but you will need an aerator to keep them lively. Cast out your popping cork rig and let it settle for a moment. Then pop the cork a few times. This will cause your bait, shrimp for example, to rise up and then flutter back down. Fish will often strike as the bait settles back down. Pop your rig fairly close to the shore. Redfish will often follow the sound for a while before attacking the bait.
You can also very effectively substitute real shrimp for soft shrimp lures, such as those made by Berkeley Gulp and DOA. Tie one of these lures on and fish it the same way you would a real shrimp. These lures are infused with the fish-attracting scent as well as providing real shrimp action in the water.
You can also buy these lures pre-rigged with a leader and popping cork. Just tie on to your line and go fishing. For redfish and sea trout, this may well be the easiest and most effective system you can use. Croaker can be caught on a variety of baits, including shrimp. In summer, croaker can also be caught off the pier at Marina Landings Harbor. Try to position your bait about 2 feet off the bottom.
Tarpon caught in our lagoons tend to be the accidental fish. If you hook one up, however, you will be treated to some acrobatic writhing and leaps in the air. A great resource on our island to learn more about our lagoon fishing opportunities is the son, Walter Brooks, of one of our members, Pat Brooks. He'll be happy to show you around. Just call or email his dad, Pat, to set something up.
So which lagoon should I fish? Your local CCA chapter has put together and annually updates its popular lagoon guide, which includes maps with the location of each lagoon identified by a unique number. The guide also contains a variety of additional fishing information and a knot tying guide. The guide is available with a $10 donation to the CCA Fishing and Youth Development Fund. Please contact Hal Evans at the phone number or email that's on the screen. CCA is a national nonprofit association dedicated to ensuring the health and conservation of our marine resources and anglers' access to them. For more information on membership, please contact Pat Brooks at the number or email you see on the screen. Enjoy your time outdoors at one of our island's lagoons, and that on your very next cast, you catch the big one.